Everyone, welcome to another episode of Independent Artists Unite song series. Super psyched to have Victor from Violence Against Man back today to talk about his new EP and new single, The Emptiness. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me again. It's great to be back.
And from Austria now, today.
Yes,
You're
this time
from the motherland. From the motherland. What's it doing in Austria today? Because it's actually nice in Denmark, sunny and
Yeah, it was kind of rainy in the morning, but now it's getting warmer, so it's
okay.
slowly getting to the summer, I guess. Yeah, finally.
I should know this, but I think I do know this, but is it in The Sound of Music and when she's on the mountaintop, is that Austria?
I think I've never seen the movie, but it's Austria, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they actually shot it there. All right, so you haven't been to that same spot and twirled around like Julie Andrews.
I mean, I've climbed some mountains. I don't know if I've been on that particular one.
I guess I would feel like I should go to that mountaintop and spin around like that, you know.
Yeah, maybe for a new video sometime.
Actually, I mean, talk about violence against man. There's a funny meme where someone has photoshopped two Uzis into her arms, and so she's spinning around going. Speaking of which, I'm curious, as a young person in today's world, what do you think about this world that we live in?
Oh, shit is fucked. Like
That's just the general idea, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's interesting to me because I feel, did you say last time that you were 20, 22, 24?
Oh no, I'm 29 actually.
Oh, 29. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think when I was 29, I didn't have that real feeling like the world is fucked. But I think it's like a lot of people have that feeling nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a little bit with the media and everything because you just get bombarded with bad news all the time.
Yeah,
I think there's like some legitimate concern for things how they're going. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is interesting too, yeah, because you grew up with social media, with all these things going on, with the iPhone, you know, and it's like getting, yeah, you get updated immediately all the time, and yeah, it's very interesting to me. It's a big change from when I was 29. Yeah, it's interesting. So, well, maybe that leads me to your new song, The Emptiness. I wanted to, well, first of all, I wanted to talk about the cool video that, was that all done by Pilatus, or were you in on that? The idea and stuff?
He sent me like some shots to give me like a general idea of what he planned for it, and I'm like, yeah, this could work. It's like it's not immediately, I think, the connection with the like synth pop, the electronic music with the knights and the medieval stuff.
Yeah.
But then he worked on it and he sent me the finished thing. I'm like, yeah, this fits really well for some reason. So
yeah, because it's like I wanted to talk to you about like what types of emptiness you experience and get you to read the lyrics too. But I thought that worked out well because it's like the night. If you haven't checked out the video for The Emptiness, go to YouTube and check out Violence Against Man, The Emptiness. It's got a cool video of like medieval age knights that are kind of fighting, and then you kind of get the feeling of like, at least I did with the lyrics, that you're like, oh, why are we fighting? Why are we fighting again? The emptiness of the job of just like wielding the axe and sword, you know. Is that what you saw in it too?
Sorry?
Is that what you saw in the video too? Like the emptiness of like of like fighting as a job, like with the knights and stuff?
I thought there's also like the scene of, I think one of the knights loses his friend who gets killed.
Yeah.
So that's what I mostly interpreted it as, like this person that you like that you loved is now gone, and there's like a big
Mm.
like an emptiness in your life afterwards.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's like different ways to interpret it, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, and I asked you if you would read the lyrics because I couldn't quite make out all the lyrics, and I'm super interested um, to hear them. Well, would you read the lyrics for us?
Yeah, I got them here on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it starts with verse one. Uh, Time stands still, you bite into my flesh, grimacing the lights betray the theft, force a smile to hide the tenderness, trying to hold on to what is left, try to connect, spit out the words, but the emptiness, it eats me alive. And then
Hmm.
the chorus, and then the second verse is lying hollow, the breath escaped my chest. Try to rise, but the cold keeps me entrapped. Lips turn blue, I taste the kiss of death. My naked body on the concrete slab. Try to come back, spit out the words, but the emptiness, it eats me alive. And yeah, that's just the like repeating the chorus at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, so it's interesting. Like it's like very heavy kind of lyrics over this kind of boppy dance thing.
Yeah.
It's like a cool marriage of contrast there. But I also like how you kind of hang the word emptiness there, where it's kind of it's part of the same like musical figure, as that part before it, and you're saying, but the emptiness, and then it switches. It eats me alive, right?
Mm.
The chorus, and I thought that's cool because it kind of pauses on that idea of emptiness, and you're like, what is it doing? And then you get the answer right away. That was a cool device that you had there, like songwriting device.
Yeah, I guess it was a very much inspired by like electronic dance music. There's the like the build up, and then
Mm.
often there's like a second of silence, and then there's the drop, and the beat comes back, and everyone starts dancing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
going for
yeah.
something like that.
And did you when you were like a teenager, did you grow up going out to clubs like that and dancing at like techno club stuff?
Not really that much as a teenager because I grew up in like a small town on the countryside,
Okay.
and I always like I hated going out to like I guess clubs when back then because I guess in the countryside just the type of music they play and the
Mm.
vibes. It's I mean yeah, kind of like closed minded. I guess everyone who's from a small town kind of knows what I mean. Like
Yeah, yeah.
nothing against small towns, but especially if you're like into a specific genre of music, you won't find it there.
And
But
so, but what was the big the closest big city from where you were?
I guess big city is actually yeah Linz where I live right now, but it's not that big, like 300,000 people. Then like the only actual big city in Austria is obviously the capital Vienna.
Mm. Okay. So it wasn't like you and your friends from the country being like, we're going to the city tonight. Was there like any of that kind of thing?
Not really because
No,
like
really. It's
I
too
thought I
far.
didn't. I just thought I didn't like clubbing in general, and only
Mm.
when I when I got into my early 20s and lived in a bigger city and actually saw some clubs that I really liked, and I'm like, oh wait, I actually like partying. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Is that really the first time that you heard that type of music too, or had you heard that when you were younger and living in the country?
I mean, I heard it like on the internet, obviously, but I think especially with like electronic dance music and stuff, like just any music in general. It's like a whole different experience if you are there, like especially live at a concert. It's like it's
Yeah.
almost like a spiritual experience sometimes, you know. It's like
Yeah.
everyone is like on the like feeling the same thing with the band. Yeah, I knew I was always very much into music and discovering new stuff, but I didn't really know that much about like what kind of clubs there are. I, so just assumed I'm not a clubbing or partying person at all.
Yeah. And was that when you went, did you go to college when you moved towns, or did,
Yeah, or
yeah.
university,
Or
I guess.
university? Yeah, yeah, it's called, yeah. That's what they call it in Denmark too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And were there this kind of like I know, because in New York it certainly was like this, where there were a lot of designer drugs involved in the kind of dancing? Or was it mostly just
Mm,
alcohol?
no, I think like an actual like techno raves and stuff. Obviously, like I think you still got the classics nowadays. Like people are still on Molly and like you can you can see people that are like they're like
Clenched
chewing
jaw.
the air or chewing gum and they're like eyes are like giant plates in there.
Yeah.
um, I guess in Austria it's very much like a beer country, so there's always like people drinking, but
Yeah, yeah,
at the right clubs you know like pretty much everyone is on something.
yeah. Um, and when you sit down to write this one, the emptiness, or when, well, first of all, how did it start? Did it start with a? Because you said last time we talked, often actually the songs start with on guitar. Actually, I see a guitar case up there behind you.
Yeah.
Is that how this one started too, or did it start on the keyboard?
And I think this one's like I had just the idea in like the melody in my head.
Mm,
Then I think I probably like experimented a bit on the guitar and found like some very very obvious chords. And
yeah,
from that point on, I just yeah, once you have like the chords, I just build like the bass line and all of the other instrumentation on top of that. Yeah, usually I think very often I use like the guitar as an intermediate step if I have some like
mm.
some sort of idea,
And you
and
kind of
then
build around that kind of thing.
I try to like I try to find something concrete, like some notes or some chords. Maybe I sing the melody that I have in my head and find some chords on the guitar. And
Mm.
once I find something that kind of works, I transfer it over to the PC to like to my DAW, like the digital audio workstation. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you had the melodic idea in your head, did you have words to it already, or was it, or did the words come later?
I think I had some of the words, but I think from the verse actually, not immediately before the chorus, but
Wait, did you have the idea of like the emptiness? Was that the main idea, or?
nothing that actually that came a bit later on. I think first I had like some words for the verse and the melody, and yeah, then I transformed it a little bit to make like the melody for the chorus.
Mm. And then I'm curious, like what kind of oh, maybe this is too personal, I don't know, but what kind of emptiness does a 29-year-old Austrian guy feel? Is it like an existential thing, like we were talking earlier, the state of the world, or is it a relationship thing, or
Yeah, I guess it's the the song is not really about one specific thing, but
yeah.
I guess there's definitely the cultural element,
Mm,
feeling like not connected to. I mean, I'm saying our culture because like it's very much like in Europe. It's very much influenced by the American culture and like the whole
Mm. Yeah, it's like a
consumer.
global thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I guess yeah, there's like a lot of disconnect there, and it feels very shallow. It's basically just like go to work, consume.
Mm.
That's like that's your purpose in life. You're gonna be a consumer in the system, and I think that's very that feels very empty. And
Mm.
mm, yeah, I guess especially nowadays with like the whole inflation and everything. I guess for young people, we're just realizing in a way that the promises we've heard, it's not really coming true.
Mm.
It's like not only is there like nothing deeper behind it, but also it doesn't even seem really truthful. Like it doesn't promise a lot, and it's not even delivering what it's promising in a way.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, there really is like there's a there's a broken trust between you know I think it's like a broken trust between young people and the older people that run the world, right? It's like,
Mhm.
what do you I'm really where do you think it's going? I'm curious because I or maybe how do you I don't want to say how you fight it, but how does it influence the way you live your life? You know what I mean? Like for instance, for me, I feel like there's so many big things going on that I have so little control over that I feel like I really concentrate on my small little life and trying to do, trying to be loving to my little posse here, because everything else seems so out of control. You know what I mean? I'm curious, like how.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea to not like follow the news too much
Mm.
because it is just this like constant and stream of negative emotions, and it's like you can't really do anything about it. It's like these complex bureaucratic systems.
Mm.
There's not even like one person in charge. Like even if you look at the political systems, like the president of the US can't just do whatever he wants. He has all these like courts and checks and balances,
Hmm.
and a lot of stuff just happens because like a bureaucracy of like hundreds of thousands of people are just doing their daily jobs, and it's going in a certain direction that might be detrimental to all of us, but there's no clear way to change it. So
Mm.
I
Yeah.
guess it's very good to like focus on your own life and like connecting with the people you love and spending time with them. And yeah, I mean, do good if you have the chance to, but don't expect that you're gonna be able to save the world. So
Mm.
like set realistic goals for yourself.
Yeah. 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 Um, yeah, that's interesting. Wow, I didn't expect to like get into such deep conversations here today, but I think it just because there's something about that the idea of the emptiness. You know what I mean? It immediately takes you to. It's kind of like nobody really wants to feel that. You know what I mean? It could be like the worst thing to feel, really, because if you're feeling excited or angry, at least it's something. But the emptiness is like, oh, it's not so nice. Better to feel something than the emptiness, right?
Yeah, I mean, who who knows? Like maybe sometimes people can feel too much as well. So
Mm.
I guess yeah. I mean, it's probably like I mean, it's dark, but that's probably like why people would like use like opiates or whatever to like numb themselves so they don't feel anything, you know?
Mm. Mm. Yeah, no coincidence that that's all completely out of control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but well, I personally think one of the greatest things you can do too is create art, is to
Mhm.
like express yourself. So, uh, I think it's a really cool concept that you're exploring here. Um, Once again, we got like the stripped down kind of minimalist electronic um, instrumentation that that we talked about on your previous single. Is there? I'm wondering, in the future, are you entertaining the idea of adding any other instruments or like adding guitars in there or anything? Or are you gonna stick with the minimal synths?
I mean, I'm thinking about adding a guitar, but I mean, I have in the background, I have like my guitar and my bass. So I
Yeah,
guess I could, but mm, it's like I'm thinking about it, but I don't have like any concrete plans. So for now, it's like the only like analog instrument is still my voice.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
would make it complicated to play live if I have like a guitar and the bass as well.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I love the combination. It's like there's something about like I think I mentioned this last time of the kind of minimalist approach with the synth sounds and then just the lone vocal. You know, it's like there's something about it that's very lonely sounding. You know, it's kind of like I don't know. I keep getting these pictures of like you know of walking alone through a kind of a city that's kind of falling apart or something. You know, it's that kind of last man alive feel to it. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a vibe I'm going for. Like the other day I was working on a song and like uh I was having in my head like the like in my inner eye I was seeing that if you know the 2001 A Space Odyssey, the
Hmm.
scene where he like flies into the I think it's a black hole at the end.
Yeah,
That's like just him and there's all these colors.
these
And
lights
I was
going.
like, okay, I was getting very much the vibe from the song that I'm like drifting alone in the universe. So
Yeah,
yeah, I guess it's yeah very much some the direction I want to go in or I've been going in so far. Yeah.
yeah. Um, what? Well, we talked a lot about what kind of things you see in the world that like are a bummer. What kind of things give you hope? Is there anything like when you see the state of the world that kind of gives you hope, or someone that gives you hope? Or
I mean like for like the state of the world, I don't know like certainly like my friends and family I guess give me hope like the people I love and care for.
yeah,
For the general state of the world, I don't think there's like specific instances, but uh, I guess we always have to remember like it's not like civilizations and empires don't like form and collapse all the time.
mm,
I don't think I'm not completely apocalyptic. I don't think like the like all life on Earth is going to end. I guess just yeah, like new people being born. That's I guess that always gives me hope.
mm,
Why
yeah,
not, despite how everything is going, like life goes on somehow.
yeah, yeah. Um, what so what's next for you? You got the EP out. Are you gonna do some more videos for songs on this EP and push them more as singles, or are you moving on to a new EP?
Right now the plan is like some more singles over the summer,
Hmm.
and then maybe another EP. And I've also been like playing with the idea of recording an EP where I sing in German,
Oh yeah.
which I've been working on, but it's been kind of difficult in a way because it's like mm, like I have to rethink everything. I guess
Mm,
everyone who like speaks more than one language like understands that you like for every language you think a little bit differently.
mm,
And for me, like always singing has mostly been in English. So even like writing lyrics in German was really, really hard for me in the beginning, even though it's my native language. So
Yeah,
you would
yeah,
think it would be easy, but
yeah.
I'm working on
It's
it. Yeah.
yeah, it's a cool language though, and it's a cool language for with music too. I don't know if it's because of like, I also I worked for 8 years at the Metropolitan Opera in New York, so I've done these Wagnerian operas and stuff like that. I don't know if it's the German association with opera, but it's like it's um it's a cool language to be paired with music. It's like right away it makes you feel certain things as a listener.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, a lot of like German music doesn't really make it out of like the German speaking realm. But I guess most like English speakers or Americans, if they think like German music, they probably think of Rammstein or something like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Did I tell you that I'm friends with the guitar player from Rammstein, Richard Crispa?
No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I've heard them do that a lot. Yeah.
I'm thinking now which one is the guitar player. I don't really know all the names, so yeah,
I
that's
kind of think that he's kind of one that he kind of looks like a movie star, leading man, kind of handsome one. He's the guitar player that's doing all the heavy riffs.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm guessing the correct one, to be honest, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. So
Yeah.
he's a really nice guy, I guess.
He's a totally nice guy. Yeah, we had just had a connection from the start, and yeah, he actually married when I was in New York. He at that time married a friend of mine, and so I ended up going to their wedding and all this kind of stuff and forming this friendship with him. So yeah, so I've been friends with him for like 20 years. It's kind of funny, but yeah, I've been to their recent shows. It's crazy, crazy.
Yeah, with the pyrotechnics and everything. Yeah.
um, well, um, thanks for coming on the show again and talking about the emptiness. And if you haven't heard the song, guys, or check out the new EP is just come out. It's out now, and yeah, congratulations, man. I can see you're getting. I was looking at your profile on Spotify, and it looks like you're getting some good streaming numbers and stuff. So that must feel good too.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting used to the idea of like consistently putting out stuff, because for me, I was like, I like to like basically lock myself in the studio for like a long time, and then after a year, I come up like, here's another album. So I like, no, I won't promote it. I hate social media. Like, no, no,
Now
leave
you
me
got to
alone. I'm
keep
back to
poking your
my
head out all the
normal.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well,
No,
you're
I
doing
don't think.
great on here. You can just keep coming doing this show.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I've had always a great time talking to you. So I'd love to be back here for like the next single or EP, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, well, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and yeah, I look forward to the new singles and videos and all that. And yeah, congrats on the EP, man. It sounds awesome.
So, yeah, thanks, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, talk to you soon.
Bye.